Anthony Pettis parts ways with the UFC and will test free agency. And
He actually signed. He actually signed with PFL.
yeah, so let's go on with what he said though. So almost
What did
12
he
years
say?
with this company and so many amazing memories. From winning my first world title at 23 years old to becoming the champion at 26 in my hometown. I am forever grateful for everything that I've experienced and accomplished with this company. And he wrote that to UFC President Dana White, once again reported by MMA Junkie. And it's funny.
Right? Do you not know any other website?
No, we do not. But it was. It's pretty funny though because we just posted a video of Tony versus Pettis and why it could happen. I mean,
Yeah.
it might not happen in the UFC anymore, but yeah, it's sad.
Yeah.
He
So-
was a good fighter.
I kind of dropped the ball on that topic in terms of like searching and seeing how many fights Anthony Pettis has. I didn't even know he was going onto the like. I didn't know that was his last fight in the UFC in terms of like on his contract.
Yeah.
So he decided to part ways, and he's already signed up. So I'm sure that he already had conversations before he had his last fight about potentially going somewhere else. And PFL has fighters like Fabricio Verdum. There's other notable names as well that are in there, but it's the next chapter in his life. He's not the same fighter that he was when he was 23 years old
as well.
Yeah, he's not the same fighter that he was at 23. I'm not just talking about like skill wise, but just the way that he fought when he was 23 and what he fights now is completely different. I don't think
his most recent fight.
it was I forget, you don't know his name. It was like it wasn't a big matchup like he typically has, but I don't think Pettis has much of a future in the UFC lightweight division, other than being maybe a gatekeeper. They would use
He's
him
on a
as
3-fight
like,
win streak though.
they would use him use his name as like a stepping stone for a lot of people. I don't think they had any they had any plans for him to become a champion again after his win when he was 23. I didn't even know he was 23 back then. That's pretty surprising. When he started so he says from winning my first title at 23 years old to becoming the UFC world champion at 26.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. He was 26 when he won the UFC championship. He won a different title, a different organization when he was 23. Okay,
Yeah.
I misread that. But I remember Anthony Pettis before he was in the UFC when he was on this show called World of Jenks, where there was this guy. His name was Jenks, I guess. I don't know. But he was following like a life of an MMA fighter, and that fighter was Anthony Pettis. And his brother Sergio Pettis was in there as well. And it was this documentation of Anthony Pettis' life and what he does in order to prepare for fights and his journey on becoming a UFC fighter or like a fighter in another like larger organization. And then soon after that, then he skyrocketed. He was in WC and then he went to the UFC and then won this title and all that. He had a great career. I wish he was able to like defend his title a little bit longer. He got dominated by Rafael dos Anjos and lost his title, and then he went on and he lost to Eddie Alvarez, and then he lost to Edson Barboza, and then he beat Charles Oliveira. But he had this up and down career. He would win one, he would lose one. He would win one, he would lose one. He
Also many injuries too,
his,
right?
yeah, he had a lot of injuries as well. He got much thicker. He went to 170 for some reason. Knocked out Stephen Wonderboy Thompson and then went back down to 155. So I look forward to seeing him in the other leagues.
Yeah.
But other than that, it was a good
personally,
career.
my favorite fight of his was the fight against Tony Ferguson. But that was
The only was it 2 rounds? Only
two rounds
worth?
2 rounds of action, man. How about you though?
Yeah.
What's your favorite fight?
We wish that came. I have a bad taste in my mouth for Anthony Pettis. It's not really his fault. I'm still a big Benson Henderson fan, and Benson Henderson was this guy who won the championship at lightweight and beat Frankie Edgar twice. And it was his time. It was his time to be like this dominating champion. The one thing that held him back was that super kick. The what was it called? Superman kick. What do they call it? Off the cage?
Off the cage?
Yeah.
God knows. I have no idea.
I forget what it's called. Superman kick. We'll just call it Superman
Sure,
kick.
why not?
So he had that Superman kick years before, and all of a sudden Anthony Pettis has this resurgence, or has this huge career incline, and Doug Benson, it was his chance. It was his opportunity to go and beat and avenge his loss to Anthony Pettis, because Anthony Pettis at that time beat him for his WEC championship.
Yeah.
Right. So this was time for Benson to go to the moon. It was to avenge. This is like a beautiful story, but then he lost. He got armbarred and lost his championship, and then his career from there went down. But we still love Benson Henderson. We still love Anthony Pettis. It's just I just didn't like that he armbarred one of my.
Hopefully
favorite
he does well in the PFL.